Hi, this is Miranda from My Scrappy Life, and welcome back to the channel. This is my very first The Crafty Maven Getaway layout design team, and I'm going to be doing Sketch It. So the inspiration is from the March inspiration from 2025, and I'll explain that a little bit more. Now, I am using Follow a Sketch February 2026 that's done over on Sandy's group, which this is the sketch that it came from. So I am part of the YouTube team for the Crafty Maven Getaway. I was part of their design team a long time ago for Miss Hannah, and I am back now that she has got a design team. She does mixed media kits. So my collection that I'm using is actually from her shop, and it is the 49 in Market, the Flower Emporium Starter Pack. And I'm using page 6 right there. And then all of the pieces that I have is from the March Spring Blooms paper add-on collection from 2025. Now, what I am going to do is that I'm pretty much following the sketch that you see up in the corner. And then I'm going to add the mixed media and all of that stuff onto it. But these little pieces that she adds, Hannah is notorious to have a bunch of different like fibers and stuff on her layouts. I give her props for doing this because it is definitely not a thing that I do, but it's always been a challenge every time I get something from her to be able to use when I was on her design team, not on her design team, everything like that. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you how to use certain pieces. So this is one of the stencils that I got in the kit. And then the Astro Paste is Tropical Tango. And this is easy. This is my way of doing everything that I do for mixed media. I'll just take the stencil and I'll take a little bit, and the reason why I love Vicki Boutin paper and 49 in Market paper is because it is a thicker thing. I don't need to put no gesso, no nothing on it. So as that's drying, I am working on this portion of it. So I get my photos on there, and the photos are of like a piece that I got, 2 pieces that I got for my acrylics from Colorcast Designs. And when I was on their design team, I had gotten so many and I didn't know what to do with them, like to store them. And so back when these photos got taken, one of the ladies that I used to follow all the time, I can't even think of her name. Oh my gosh, I can't even think of it. Anyway, had posted these in like her group. And I was like, oh my gosh, I think I can get them at my Michael's. So I got them, and they're like drawers that were for washi tape, but instead I used them for my mixed media or my acrylic paints instead. So that is what those are. And I took photos of them, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to use it. So that is what the photos are. And this is where I am going to be using more of like the papers and the kits and everything to like add things on as we go. Now, she does always have a ton of like different fibers and different ribbons and things like that. I did have to pull into my stash because the ribbons that came with this, they were too fat. And I was like, I didn't want to cut into them. Now, you can cut into fibers and do exactly what I do at the end, but I chose not to, and you'll see why. So what I'm doing here is, now that I've done the paper mixed media, because Vicki Boutin, I am so sorry for the yawn. Vicki Boutin was notorious for her starter papers to have mixed media on them. I love her mixed media papers, where you don't have to do anything, but it's a starting point. And then I just built on from there. The one thing I love about rub-ons, when you get a pack of rub-ons, you're most likely, it's always flat, right? But I like to do what I'm doing here. You put a rub-on down and you put another one and another one and another one and another one. And it gets you texture and it gets you layers with it being flat. So that is what I am doing with a ton of the rub-ons that came in, that's on her website, the Emporium. I will link everything that is still available down below on inside the description, so that if you love what you see here, which I hope you do, that you go and you get the collections and try to scrap lift me. I am 1000%. I could care less. You don't need to ask me. You can just go scrap lift. I am very much kosher with that. This is the another way to do the rub-ons is I really, quite frankly, don't care if I don't get everything off, because having that distressed look of not having the complete rub-on is fine by me. And yes, you can put it over mixed media. Yes, you can put it over extra paper, and it does its own thing. It does still gravitate and stick to whatever you want it to stick to. I put down a bunch of hearts, and then I added this style to it. I absolutely love that grunge look. And I keep playing with this to make sure that I have it where I want it to be, where I like it to be, all of that, fun stuff. And this is where I said that I was going to keep working on the rub-ons, because I think I'm down to the point where I think Create is the last one I have that's sitting there, and then the rest of it's going to be different pieces that come out of all of the other little bits and bobs. Now, make sure that you do all the YouTube stuff. Since Crafty Maven is back, we are here on the channel. We're doing all the things. Make sure you like and subscribe. If you're coming from my channel back over to Crafty Maven, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and vice versa. I do only one voiceover, and I connect them to both. It saves my life, time, and energy for that part of it. But make sure that you go check out everything. Everything will be linked down below, all of that fun stuff. So this is the word create. It accidentally didn't bring everything. So what I did is that I wanted that word create to stand out. So I did take my black Sharpie and I outlined the word create so it stands out. I like that title because obviously I am using acrylic pieces, and this is a way to create. You've got to have different pieces and organization in your stash, or the way you organize your stuff so that it makes sense, right? So here I am now taking the little bits and bobs that I have left in those little scrapbook.com kits. Now, those are from scrapbook.com. They are their organizational pieces. You get one large one and one medium, or one small and one large, something like that. And that's what those are. And then you can get the mixed media pads that are sticking in the inside, and it sticks really well, and I love them. So now I decided I am going to go through these pieces of like floral pieces that she has in the kits too, from Vicky Booten, and I'm gonna add these little they look like dandelions, but colorful dandelions. I don't know, they look like dandelions that you should be able to like go blow and it should land somewhere. That's what it feels like to me. So then I decided that inside these kits were these little circles, and I wanted to add some circles up here. And so that is what I'm doing, and I'm going to add it so that it looks like I put it over top of this mixed media and give it like a frosty look. I just wanted to make sure I added all of the stuff. So I have the word tiny details, favorite things. This one is something fun, and just to add a little bit in bobs. And then pretty much this is going to be like what I do, and it's pretty much what I have left to do. And then that's kind of it. I really, really loved how this looks. I really, really loved how this came together. Most importantly, while this looks like it was a longer video, it really wasn't, because I had to wait for the dry time. That was about it. So I added this acetate piece here, and then I do add another acetate piece over there. And I did follow the sketch, like super close. The circle's there. I added all the layering pieces like I couldn't get any closer to this layout. And so I'm just kind of like figuring out what else I can do. I added this floral piece up there. I did add, I think I did, or no, I didn't. No, I changed it out. That's what I did. And then I added that little leaf piece there. And then what else did I do? Oh yeah, I went through all of these pieces just to kind of see if there's something else I wanted to add. And then that was it. Now, what I am doing here is that I had to go and I wanted to put something in these binder clips, and the pieces that come in the fiber kit, I love them, but they were like wide, and I was like, I really didn't want to cut into that at the moment because it was my first layout and I have to make 2 layouts per month throughout the next couple of months with what I have. So I'm like, you know what? I don't want to do it yet. So I decided to get some twine from my stash. The still shots are coming up. I hope that you do all the YouTubey stuff. I hope that you're all are staying safe. Have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.
Why I go when I go, I still don't know why this war in my blood, why this war with all that I love. Oh, my wandering ways and these faithless days, I find it hard to explain. My wandering ways, always turning away from your loving embrace, I find it hard to explain. My